The Taft Raiders are ranked number 4 in 12's top 12, trying to pull off the upset last night against number 2 Brennan out at Ferris Stadium to kick off week 4 of big game coverage. No score late first quarter. Brennan with the ball on Taft's 6-yard line. Running back Averon Carter takes the handoff, runs up the middle, shedding tacklers, spinning his way for the first score of the game. 7-0 Bears going into the second quarter. Brennan wins this one big, 54-13. The biggest game of UTSA's season, and you could argue the biggest game in school history, will take place this Saturday. That's when the Roadrunners travel to Austin to meet up with the Texas Longhorns for the very first time. The odds against the Roadrunners have improved. They have gone from 13.5-point underdogs to now 10.5. One of the biggest improvements that Roadrunners head coach Jeff Traylor has noticed on the Longhorns has been their offensive and defensive lines.
I'm gonna be honest. Any team we go against, I approach them the same way. I'll approach them as I approach Houston, as I approach the Army. Especially as a center, you got to be prepared. But luckily, we have like veteran O-linemen like KD and T. Haynes that are just gonna be there to keep a calm head. Just like I think that's what we need. Just keep a calm head.
Kickoff in Austin this Saturday night between the Roadrunners and the Longhorns is set for 7 o'clock. And of course, KSAT 12 Sports will be there. Game 3, Wnba Finals. Las Vegas Aces, coached by Becky Hammond, trying to sweep the series against the Connecticut Sun. Game tied at 17, 3:40 to play. And the first Suns get red hot, finishing the quarter on a 17-2 run. A comeback was not in the cards for the Aces. The Suns had 6 players in double figures and shot over 53% from three-point range. Connecticut takes Game 3, 105-76. Hopefully Hammond can get her big win in Game 4 coming up on Sunday against the Suns. All right, so the San Antonio Missions at Wolf last night for Game 3 of their series against the Amarillo Sod Poodles. For the third time in a row, San Antonio had opportunities to win, but just couldn't make it happen in the final innings. After leading 2-1, those sneaky Sod Poodles managed to get the score in the 8th and 9th innings to claim a 6-2 victory. San Antonio's lost the first 3 games of this series. They'll have another chance starting tonight at 7:05 out at Wolf Stadium.
Sod Poodles, actually pretty tough.
Those guys, I tell you, got to figure those guys out.
Next time. Time now, 4:44 and 76 degrees for now. It is Hunger Action Month, and we have a touching story about a local grandfather who inherited his 6 grandchildren and was still able to make ends meet thanks to the San Antonio Food Bank.
4:47, September is Hunger Action Month, and the food bank says the need is greater than ever in our community because of inflation.
The nonprofit is serving 100,000 people each week, and one of those people getting help is a grandfather who inherited 6 grandchildren as a single parent. Sarah Costa has his story about how he kept food on the table.
My grandkids, they keep me busy. Everyone has their own different personality.
57-year-old Roberto Font inherited his 6 grandchildren. He is raising them as a single grandparent after his wife passed away. He says his grandkids are his life.
I'm alive because of them.
He knew it was going to be difficult to keep them fed by himself, which is why he turned to the San Antonio Food Bank.
I know I can count on them to go pick up some food for the kids. One thing you don't want is for kids to go hungry. So every opportunity that I have, if I may need the help, then I just call the food bank and go down and pick up what I need.
He says without the food bank, he wouldn't be able to provide his grandchildren with the life they need.
It's a good thing to have an organization like that out there because there's a lot of people out there in need. I mean, everywhere, no matter where you look, there's people out there that are in need.
He says he knows that some people might be too prideful to reach out for help, but to him, he knows he is being the hero that he needs to be for his grandkids by providing them with full meals on the table every day. He urges anyone who needs the help, no matter the situation, to call the San Antonio Food Bank. And for those on the other side who can help, to donate.
Many people out there that are just going hungry, don't know where to go, don't know who to call, and we just need to be able to tap into the sources. And I think that everything that they're doing is a great thing, not just for us, but just for the community.
Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
And a quick look at the roads with TransGuide looking out there at Loop 1604 and now I-37 at Southeast Military. Things have been moving this morning.
Justin is back. And Justin, I haven't had to water my yard for, it seems like a month now. And just yesterday I noticed it might be due for some water.
Just when we thought we turned a corner, right?
Yeah.
Water bills were going down. Everything was looking good. The drought's starting to kick back in again. We've gone a pretty nice stretch here now without rain. And as we look forward, there's not a lot of hope for rain. Small chances, but not great chances. This is the drought monitor that came out yesterday, and you'll notice that around San Antonio, we're still underneath an extreme drought. Even areas around New Braunfels, still exceptional drought. And this is an area right over the city where we could really use some rain. And a little closer look at Medina Lake continues to fall, 7.8% full. This really reminds me of that last drought we went through, 2011 to 2014. Shaping up pretty similar, and the 3-month change down 14 feet at Medina Lake. Let's check in on the Guadalupe River. Last week it was flowing pretty well. Now it's starting to drop off again. The stream flow is about 9 cubic feet per second there in Comfort. Spring Branch, 3 cubic feet per second. And just to give you some perspective, a week ago it was flowing at 28 cubic feet per second. So it is starting to fall off again. New Braunfels, Guadalupe River there still okay, 74 cubic feet per second. So if you do have plans to tube this weekend, go floating, looks pretty good. Temperatures will be plenty warm for that, 81 degrees today at 10 o'clock, by noontime 88, 93 this afternoon. But all weekend it looks pretty similar to this with just a small rain chance in the afternoon and some light winds. You still have to put on the sunscreen though. The UV index is still going to be extreme. Through the weekend and really through much of next week. Right now, 76 degrees at the airport. It does not look like it did yesterday morning. You know, it was so nice. We had 60s yesterday. That is not the case today. Humidity is returning. Clouds have filled in. So now we're looking at cloudy skies at this hour. You'll find some 60s maybe up around Rock Springs, but that said, everyone else is in the 70s at this point. 76 degrees in New Braunfels, 74 Gonzales, 75 in Cotulla, and around Bexar County, generally mid-70s at this hour. In the dew point trend today, dew points stay pretty elevated. I mean, they may drop into the upper 60s, but that is still pretty sticky air, and that's going to contribute to a heat index. The feels like number will be in the mid to upper 90s. How about rain chances? Small opportunity, I'd say, this afternoon. We didn't see much yesterday, but a couple of showers may make their way up to Carson City, Cuero by, say, 5 o'clock. And could they make a run for San Antonio in the evening hours? Sure, but the chances are probably 10% or less. That's it. So football looks good tonight. Temperatures will be warm to start in the upper 80s. Sunset's around 7:38, and by halftime we're in the mid 80s. Southeasterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Big picture here, pretty quiet across the country, and high pressure starts to build in, and this is going to really take over our weather next week. This means rain is out of the picture. This means hot weather, and that goes through Thursday, which, by the way, Thursday is the first day of fall. Equinox there at 8:04 on Thursday, but look at the temperatures. 96 on Tuesday, 96 on Wednesday. That is summer. That is not fall. And I'm still waiting for that front.
Do you guys notice, though, especially in the evening, the sun's getting a little bit lower in the sky? Those sun angles are changing a bit?
It helps.
Baby steps.
It helps. Small steps, yes.
Okay, Thank you, Justin. 4:52, 76 degrees.
And several movies hitting theaters this weekend. We're going to get a first look next.
5 to 5 new movies hit theaters this weekend, and Nick Jonas has a big birthday.
For the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Jason Nathanson.
Some things are worth fighting for.
Viola Davis and The Woman King expected to rule the box office this weekend.
It literally is, for me, the movie that's defined my career.
The film, loosely based on history, Davis stars as a fierce warrior, part of an all-female African army, and she says it's like nothing ever made before.
We're at the center of the narrative, black women, dark-skinned black women, crinkly hair black women. There is no white savior.
The Woman King is out this weekend, only in theaters.
I was an investigative reporter. It's an occupation that's been cheapened by the digital age, like president.
Also, in select theaters, there's a new Fletch in town. John Hamm takes over the title role from Chevy Chase in Confess, Fletch. And one of the bits that they left in from the book it's based on, Fletch loves going barefoot, so you're going to see a lot of John Hamm's feet.
it's a very weird thing in a pandemic of somebody that's sort of striding around confidently unshod. But no, I don't have any. I have decent looking feet, I suppose. So yeah, I don't know. Good Lord.
So have at it, Internet.
I guess, yeah.
Confess Fletch is also out today on video on demand. Following the fiery car crash that claimed her life, Anne Heche will have a new memoir released in a few months. Call Me Anne will hit shelves in January. Publishers Weekly reporting that the actress submitted a manuscript in May. And happy birthday, Nick Jonas. The Jonas brother and solo music star is 30 today, while actress Amy Poehler is 51. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
457, 76 degrees.
And after 2 days, the southeast side standoff is over, why many residents are concerned with the way it finally ended.
And goodbye dressing rooms, how Walmart is making it easier for you to try on new clothes.
And a quick look at the roads with Trans Guide. Looking out there at I-37 at Cesar Chavez. We're going to be checking in with our Stephen Cavazos very soon. He is in the studio this Friday morning. We'll be right back.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
20 veterans from different generations boarded the honor flight this morning. Coming up on GMSA, we'll tell you what they said they're most looking forward to.
Thousands continuing to line up here to see the Queen as funeral arrangements are finalized. I'm Inez de la Quatera in London, and I'll have all the details coming up.
And taking a look outside with live cam this morning, we're at 76 degrees and it's happy Friday out there.
And good morning to you. It is Friday. We made it to the end of the week, September 16th.
Thanks for joining us. We've had a good week so far, but you're right. I think earlier you said it was like a roller coaster, a little bit.
Yeah, we were down in the lower 70s. Now we're back in the mid 70s. I know we're kind of splitting hairs here as far as temperatures go, Justin.
Yeah, you know, it was nice to see the 60s yesterday, but it was a one-day thing because humidity has surged back in here. It's going to be a warm morning as the kiddos are getting ready this morning. I know it's still early, but if they're up, you can let them know that probably not jacket weather today. In fact, it's just not. 76 degrees this morning, mostly cloudy. Southeasterly winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour this afternoon. 93, very similar to yesterday. There is an outside chance for a shower or storm, but I don't think it affects those after school hours. Probably holds off if we're going to see anything at all, and I don't know that we will here in San Antonio until the evening hours. Let's look at the numbers right now. We're at 76 again here in town, 71 Kerrville, 68 out in Uvalde. That's one of the cool spots in Rock Springs, checking in at 66. As we look a little closer here at San Antonio, 76 is the popular number there, 73 the outlier over at Randolph, and clouds have rolled in, so it is going to be a mostly cloudy morning. Pollen count, if you missed it yesterday, everything was low. These numbers look pretty good. Molds have dropped into the low category at 390. And that forecast for today, if you're planning out your Friday, not much to worry about. 77 at 9 a.m. We'll lose some of those clouds by noontime, 88. And then partly cloudy this afternoon, just a 10% chance of rain. Hopefully the morning commute won't give you too much stress, Stephen.
No, it's not been stressful at all over here, Justin. And it's great. It's Friday, so let's get a look at that Friday commute. We're all ready to drive off into the weekend. I know I am, but let's get a look right there at 10 at Hackberry and at Callahan. You can see there's really not a lot to show you. So get the morning started a little bit early. Why not? Enjoy a morning drive. It's probably the best place to be right now. So you can see there some quiet roadways is what we're spotting on our map at 5:02 this morning. Of course, there's a cluster of construction that always takes place downtown, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on, as well as other parts of the Alamo City and, of course, our surrounding areas. But for now, if you are one of our neighbors and you plan to hit the roads and head to the Alamo City, there's no delay and no need to rush. So just take your time this morning. That journey from Bernie, 24 minutes on I-10 eastbound if you're coming in. Right now, we are looking at a 27-minute drive time, so don't hurry if you're coming in from Bulverde on 281 southbound. And hey, it's not too awful if you're traveling in from New Braunfels on I-35 southbound. 25 minutes is what you can expect. But let's take it back to these quiet roadways there at TransGuide. You saw at 410, it looked like the shot was already picking up, but we're going to watch these roads closely, give you those updates on road closures. We're all ready to drive off into the weekend, Mark.
Thank you, Stephen. This morning, some of the country's bravest are heading to Washington, D.C., some for the very first time.
The honor flight is taking off from San Antonio International Airport. Camelia Juarez is live there now with more. Good morning.
Good morning, Mark, Stephanie. Right now, 20 of our finest veterans from different generations just boarded. And while they were boarding, they received a round of applause from everybody here in this area. It was really exciting to watch. And like I said, they're from the Korean, Vietnam, even the World War II veterans. They're excited to see monuments. So they're heading to D.C. and they're excited to see those monuments because they have a lot. They're more than history for these people. The Vietnam War Memorial will have some of the names of their own friends, their own fallen friends. It's a 3-day trip completely free to those veterans. And when they come back on Sunday, many of those veterans will get a warm welcome home. And for many of them, they didn't get that warm welcome home back then. And so that's going to be really important to some of those veterans. And coming up later on KSAT 12, we'll introduce you to some of those veterans and why they're looking forward to this very, very special honor flight. Mark, Stephanie.
Thank you, Camelia. A standoff ended on the southwest side after 48 hours, but it's the unexpected way that it ended that left many residents on edge. San Antonio police were initially called out to the home on Diamondback Trail near Crossroads Ranch on Tuesday for a mental health call. Now, police say the suspect was armed and dangerous, and after days of calling out to him, SWAT cleared the scene and left, telling neighbors it was a tactical retreat. People who say they had been threatened by that suspect were not happy. Shortly after the standoff ended, police arrested that man. Police say they will provide more details on this case later today.
The parents of 2 teens were found dead in their East Side home after an ongoing dispute led to an apparent murder-suicide. That is according to San Antonio police. The incident happened around 8:30 last night at a home in the 700 block of Burleson near Pine and Willow Streets. Officers were initially called to the home for a shooting after being notified by one of the couple's 2 teenage sons. When police got there, they found the teens' parents, a 43-year-old man and woman, dead from gunshot wounds. SAPD says the shooting appears to have stemmed from an ongoing argument and that the husband shot his wife multiple times before turning the gun on himself. Police say their 2 teen sons will be staying with other family members.
San Antonio fire crews were called out to a house fire last night, and this was a scene over at the fire on Eagle Ridge around 9 p.m. It's not too far from Callahan and Ingram Road. Now, crews say the home was covered in flames earlier in the evening. So far, there are no reports of any injuries, but there are some missing pets.
City of San Antonio has a new city budget. $3.4 billion will include more money for police, affordable housing, and pay raises for city employees. The budget also includes a decision on those CPS energy rebates. Based on their bill size, the average customer should see about $29 back on their November or December bills. That credit would be larger for businesses. There was a motion to try to delay the proposal on CPS rebates. A vote on the matter ended in a tie after District 7 Councilwoman Ana Sandoval abstained, so those rebates remain a part of the budget. When asked why she decided to not vote on delaying or moving ahead on the rebates, she said, quote, "because I didn't support either one," end quote.
And taking a live look at London this morning, mourners waiting for as many as 14 hours to pay their respects to Queen Elizabeth. The line right now is about 5 miles long.
And Stephanie just noticed from BBC, they've now closed off the entry point for that queue because they say it's reached capacity for the day. Today, the King is traveling to Wales as he continues his tour of nations.
ABC's Inez de la Cuatera has more from London.
Elizabeth II lying in state until Monday's funeral, viewing open 24 hours a day. In line, we meet Nicola and Mattia, who still have a few hours to go.
About 4 hours?
Yeah, I think we've got about 3 hours left.
The line stretching along the River Thames, reaching close to 5 miles at one point.
We've been meeting lots of people. Yeah, it's been enjoyable, but yes, my feet are actually aching. I'm so happy I wore flats.
King Charles III and the royal family expressing sincere gratitude for the outpouring of support they've received from around the world as the Prince and Princess of Wales, William and Kate, viewed flower tributes in Sandringham. William confided in a well-wisher, saying walking behind his grandmother's coffin was difficult and reminded him of his mother's funeral.
Doing the walk yesterday was challenging. Back a few memories.
Meanwhile, preparations are now underway for the Queen's funeral on Monday, some calling it the most complex security operation London has ever faced.
And President Biden is expected to attend, as are the leaders of France, Canada, and China. World leaders are being asked not to use their own state cars to attend and instead ride government buses. But a government official tells ABC News that will not apply to President Biden. Inez de la Cuetara, ABC News, London.
Time now 5:09 and 76 degrees for now.
Uber's newest electric car service now available to more people. We'll tell you which cities are included so far.
And are you planning to go out to eat tonight? We're going to tell you which restaurants had some issues to correct in this week's Behind the Kitchen Door.
Outside with live cam, we know many of you are planning to go see or watch high school football, college ball, or maybe NFL games this weekend. What is the forecast going to be like as you run out to grab snacks for those games? We'll talk to Justin coming up. From a meat grinder coated in leftover meat to employees touching food with dirty hands.
4 restaurants with scores in the 80s had plenty of violations to correct after recent visits from health inspectors. And Tim Gerber reveals what's hiding behind the kitchen door.
First up, Taqueria Los Dos Laredos in the 400 block of South New Braunfels on the east side earned an 80. Dirty pots, pans, and other utensils needed to be re-washed, while spice containers were dirty on the inside and outside. Shelves, handles, and the insides of coolers all needed to be cleaned. So did the floors and ceiling. All expired food handler certificates needed to be renewed. Urban Pickle, located in this office tower in the 1700 block of Northeast Loop 410, got an 81. Their cold hold unit wasn't cold enough. The inside of the ice machine was dirty, and the can opener was full of grime and dirt. An employee was seen cracking an egg while using gloves and then touching ready-to-eat foods without changing gloves or washing their hands. Another employee was caught touching ready-to-eat food with bare hands and no hand washing. Medicine belonging to a worker was also found on a rack right above ready-to-eat food. Las Conchas, Torteria, and Panaderia in the 1100 block of South General McMullen comes in with an 83. They were cited for keeping the front and back doors propped open, allowing insects to get inside. Nymph roaches were found in a restroom and office area. Ants were also a problem. A re-inspection was ordered. Thrifty Mart in the 6700 block of South Zarzamora got an 85. Unpackaged meat in the freezer was touching the wire rack and other meats. More meat was found stored on the floor. A meat grinder and slicer had leftover meat and food debris stuck to them. The inspector didn't see anyone wash their hands during this inspection. There were also several flies in the kitchen and a door handle was soiled with residue. That's what's behind the kitchen door. Tim Gerber, KSAT 12 News.
5:15, 76 degrees.
And coming up next, we're going to show you how Walmart is letting you try on clothing without actually putting them on.
It takes energy to take on the world. So whether you're breaking a sweat, breaking down barriers, or breaking the laws of gravity, keep moving with the ultimate energy bar. We bake in delicious, wholesome ingredients, purposefully crafted with a blend of protein, fat, and carbs. Because the more good you put in, the more great you get out. Cliff, baked in goodness. Now introducing Cliff Thins, a crispy, craveable 100-calorie snack.
This is the Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar. The bar and the handle removes unseen dirt and debris ahead of the blades for effortless shaving in one efficient stroke.
Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar.
Take an afternoon break to see your next home. Or maybe the evening is better. Or maybe right after coffee. With flexible and easy ways to start scheduling a tour, there's no place like Zillow.
In today's Tech Bites, more electric car service for Uber customers. The upscale option has expanded to 25 North American markets. The service is now available in Atlanta, suburban New York City, and Washington, D.C. Vehicle choices include Teslas and the Ford Mustang Mach-E. Well, TikTok is out with a new feature, TikTok Now. It invites users to take and share 2 pictures at random times of the day, one with the front camera and one with a rear-facing camera. Users say the feature mimics Be Real, a French social media app that does the same thing. Finally, Walmart is launching a new feature for shoppers to try on clothes virtually. You'll have to upload a full body photo of yourself, and then the AR technology will figure out where the fabric should drape or cling. The Be Your Own Model tool lets you try on over 270,000 items. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Rhiannon Alley. Have a great day.
Right now it's 5:19.
Let's go ahead and check back with Stephen Cavazos on this Friday morning.
Hey, another quiet morning over here, guys. Thankfully, it's just been pretty empty out on the roadways as we get a look around town. 410 at Starcrest, you can see there, it's not really busy, but there at North Ingram, you can see it's a little bit busier, actually. That spot tends to pick up this early in the morning, but I wouldn't say it's a time that you need to hurry up and chug your coffee. Take it slow when you're eating your breakfast this morning, because really there's not going to be a delay that you're going to see. Although some areas are picking up right now, I would say you're pretty much in the clear. Taking you to the map, it's the same story, but I just noticed a crash popped up here just a little bit south of 410 near the southwest side, where you can see it right there on our map. That just popped up again. I'll take a closer look and get our friends at TransGuide on the phone, find out exactly what the conditions look like out there. But as always, we hope everyone is doing okay. Let's talk about what you can expect over the weekend, because this is something that we've continued to remind you about. US 181 over here in Bexar County. Bridge work will continue and should be wrapping up, according to TxDOT, Monday, September 19th. So obviously, still a few more days to go. 9 in the evening to 5 in the morning is when you can expect that work to be done. So those late night owls, early bird commuters know what to expect. Alternating lane closures in both directions from the Wilson County line to I-37. Of course, so that information is on our website, ksat.com/traffic. But right now, I would say traffic is pretty much non-existent in other parts, but in other areas like 410 at Jackson, it's already getting just a tad bit busier. Guys.
Thank you, Stephen. You have a history lesson for us, Justin.
You guys may remember this, 1988, if you're around here in San Antonio. Hurricane Gilbert, this was a big one. So it made landfall on this day in 1988 down there in South Texas around Mexico. But it affected South Texas, and then it eventually affected San Antonio. And here's why. This thing took a turn, and by the 17th of September back in 1988, it was producing tornadoes here around San Antonio. This was Kelly Air Force Base. Look at the damage. This was an F2 tornado that touched down, courtesy of Hurricane Gilbert. And by the way, Hurricane Gilbert was a Cat 5 storm that really did a lot of damage in Jamaica. It made landfall just south of Texas, as I said. 15 tornadoes were reported in south central Texas with Hurricane Gilbert, including some that hit right here in San Antonio. So bit of a look back in history. We know that the tropics can be busy this time of year, and there's a little closer look at that picture there at Kelly Air Force Base. As we go outside for you right now, we've got 76 degrees at the airport, 76 Stinson, 76 Kelly, and we're down to 73 over there at Randolph. Temperatures in the 60s in places like Uvalde and Rock Springs, but they're really the only two spots because everyone else is back in the mid-70s this morning after yesterday morning's really nice temperatures. Things have warmed up, and that's due in large part to higher dew points. It's a little more humid out there. We've got some cloud cover too that's acting kind of like a blanket. As far as rain goes, I don't expect any this morning other than a few showers along the coast. By noontime, not much there either, but by the afternoon, there could be 1 or 2 showers that try to make their way up towards I-35. Like yesterday, 10% chance or less. Don't expect rain. Most of us will not get it. And then we'll have one small chance again tomorrow. The big picture here, we've got some showers up and down the plains, some rain out across the west. Nothing, though, that jumps off the page. You know, this time of year, we typically start to see some good fronts, maybe not here, but somewhere in the country that would produce some showers and storms and cooler air, but it's just not there. And one of the reasons for that, we're still kind of in this summertime pattern where we have this ridge of high pressure, and it, in fact, decides to come sit right over us as we get into Monday, Tuesday of next week, really much of next week. So that's going to take rain out of the picture and really crank the temperatures up, and all the weather goes up and around this ridge and away from us. The tropical satellite, very quickly, we talked about the tropics. They typically are pretty busy this time of year. We just got one storm out there, and this is Fiona. Winds are at 50 miles per hour, gusting to 65. Latest track takes us still across Puerto Rico, and then we start to see that turn towards the Bahamas. Most of the models are in agreement with this. So as we look at the spaghetti plots here, most of them do want to turn this out over the open Atlantic. Eastern seaboard still got to watch this, but I think it's looking more and more like it stays away from land, and that's not a bad thing. Very quickly, if you're heading down to the beach this weekend, looks good. Temperatures will be right around 90 both days 40% chance of showers down there, but it'll be that hit or miss type stuff. You can still get some beach time in, no doubt about it. 94 Saturday, 95 Sunday, 95 Monday, and there are those 96s Tuesday and Wednesday with lots of sun.
The fall leaf you have there, is it on fire, or is that one that's already started to change colors?
Well, it's funny, you know, because our leaves change color, November usually?
Maybe.
Sometimes early December.
If that, yeah, so.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, well, a hot fall.
Exactly.
Thanks, Justin.
We'll have to look into Lost Maples later on. Check on when they're expecting a potential peak. A lack of rainfall could mess everything up. Lack of rainfall, not even potential. 524, 76 degrees.
And coming up next in your morning spotlight, Naomi stars in I Want to Dance with Somebody, and Motley Crue's Nikki Sixx talks about writing music for a horror flick.
527 this morning, movies and music combined in a variety of ways.
CNN's David Daniel has 2 examples in today's Hollywood Minute.
There's a boy I know, he's the one I dream of.
What's your name again?
Whitney Elizabeth Houston.
Don't you want to dance? Here's your first look at Naomi as Whitney Houston in I Want to Dance with Somebody, which follows the legendary singer's life and career. The musical biopic is due in theaters December 21st. The horror thriller movie The Retaliators, about a man searching for answers to who murdered his daughter, features an original rock music soundtrack, including 21 Bullets, co-written by Nikki Sixx of Motley Crue.
And I'm not even a horror movie fan, and I saw it and I tried to find a way to make it interesting. And I thought that that idea of a father's revenge was something I could wrap my head around, being a father, like if something like that happens.
The Retaliators movie and soundtrack are both out now. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
528, 76 degrees.
As the governor of Florida takes credit for recent migrant flights to Connecticut, people at the Migrant Center react to the flights that originated here in San Antonio.
Are you making some of the top mistakes when trying to go to sleep at night? We'll tell you the behaviors to avoid so you can get better rest.
Things between a couple go deadly wrong. Now, San Antonio police are investigating it as a murder-suicide. I'm Katrina Weber. I'll tell you why they say they never saw this coming.
And taking a look outside with live cam this morning, we're at 76 degrees, okay, no longer in the 60s, but it's still okay right now at this hour.
Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, September 16th, and it's almost like somebody left the door open. They keep the door closed, we're nice and cool and dry, and then you leave that door just cracked or slightly ajar, and the humidity creeps back.
Yeah, it's back already, and it's 76 degrees. I enjoyed yesterday morning more, but, you know, at least it's not in the 90s yet, Justin.
There's that. We put a positive spin on it, and if it weren't Friday, we'd probably be pretty grumpy about it. But it is Friday. And we're going to get you out the door this morning. We're starting off in the 70s. Yes, it's not like yesterday morning. And by, say, 10 o'clock, we're going to be 81, 88 by noontime, 93 this afternoon. That's where we were yesterday. It's where we'll be again. Small chance for a shower. I think the one change you will notice, though, with that added humidity, heat index could be anywhere from 95 up to maybe even 98 in some cases. There's a look at the numbers this morning. 76 in New Braunfels, 74 for our friends out in Gonzales. There are some 60s, but you got to get into the hill country to see those. 66 in Rock Springs and Junction. And a little closer look here around San Antonio. It's mid-70s. 76 or 75, take your pick. That's where we stand this morning. There's some cloud cover out there, too. So we start off mostly cloudy, and then we'll end up with partly cloudy skies, I think, this afternoon. 88 degrees by noontime. As I said, 93 your high temperature. There is a 10% chance of rain later today, but the roads are dry now, and hopefully the Friday morning commute is a good one, Steve.
Yeah, it's been great over here, Justin. Job's been pretty easy this morning, but let's keep a close eye on these TransGuide cameras. Thankfully, nothing has been too concerning that's popped up there. You can see Lieutenant Callahan, the usual shots and the usual expectations you'll see out on the roadway. A few more vehicles getting closer to the 6 a.m. hour, but right now looks like you're in the clear. You just saw that shot at 35, though. It is getting a little bit busier in some of these areas, especially there near downtown. But as we take you to the map, there's no other issues to report. We did have a crash that was reported reported, though, off of 410. Our map picked it up. It was just off of State Highway 16, otherwise known as Bandera, but it wasn't really causing any issues and didn't see anything else that would be too alarming for drivers. But nonetheless, keep your eyes on the roadways and make sure that you keep your both hands on the wheel. Avoid any distractions this early in the morning, pretty much anytime you get in the car. But if your travels are going to take you right here to the Alamo City, things are pretty pleasant from Pleasanton. 37 northbound, you can expect a 29-minute drive time. It's still about half an hour on Highway 90 if you're traveling east from Castroville, and 17 minutes at arrival from Lionel you can expect on I-35 northbound. So I would say that this morning has been off to a great start. As we know, a lot of folks are ready to drive off into the weekend, but just remember to stay focused on the roadways, and we're going to stay focused here at KSAT 12 and give you those updates throughout the morning, guys.
Thank you, Stephen. This morning, the medical examiner is working to identify 2 people who were shot dead in an apparent murder-suicide. San Antonio police say they appear to be a married couple, and they believe the man shot the woman and then killed himself inside their East Side home. Katrina Weber is live near downtown. And Katrina, we understand they were not the only people in that home at the time.
Well, that's right. Police tell us that the couple's 2 teenage sons were there, although it's unclear if they actually witnessed the shootings. Now, they tell us those boys are with relatives for now, but they are still investigating this case. Now, police say they found out about this around 8:30 last night. They say one of the sons called them to the home in the 700 block of Burleson. That's not far from East Houston and Hackberry Streets. Officers found both the man and woman, who are 43 years old, dead from gunshot wounds. They say it appears that the man shot her several times, killing her. Then they say he shot himself one time, and he also died. The police say these shootings happened during an argument, apparently, and they say while it appears this couple had been having problems, they had not received any calls to this home. Reporting live near downtown, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. Estimated 50 migrants were flown to Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts this week. And according to a flight director on the island, 2 of those flights started their journey right here in San Antonio, flew to Florida, and then split up. One stopped in North Carolina, the other South Carolina, before arriving at their final destination. We asked the FAA and the airline operating those flights for the flight manifest for each leg of the trip. We have not heard back yet. We also asked those seeking assistance at the Migrant Resource Center if they would take the free flight.
Ya de una vez. Sí, claro.
¿Por qué?
Porque es la mejor vía. Nosotros no tenemos dinero, no tenemos alguien que nos ayude.
Sí, se usa a las personas por la necesidad que tienen. Por eso que los usan. Te voy a regalar un vuelo, te voy a llevar a tal parte. Para hacerle campaña, ese usa una persona. No de corazón se lo está dando.
Florida's governor took credit for the flights, but so far it's not clear why the flights took off from Texas. A judge ruled last night the U.S. Department of Justice can't use the classified documents it seized from former President Trump's Florida home.
Instead, as CNN's Amy Kiley reports, the judge is prioritizing Trump's assertion of privilege.
You have to wonder whether this judge belongs on a federal bench.
Even some conservatives sound shocked. A judge has named a special master to filter potentially privileged documents seized from former President Donald Trump's home. She's also denying the Justice Department access to about 100 marked classified for its criminal probe.
I almost feel like we're giving credence to this myth, frankly, that Trump has come up with, that he declassified things.
Others say they saw it coming.
The Justice Department was basically asking her to reverse much of her decision.
Judge Aileen Cannon says she doesn't buy DOJ claims national security could be at risk. She's prioritizing Trump's claim of potential attorney-client and executive privilege. Essentially, a former president is claiming privilege that supersedes that of the current one.
It just doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense.
The Justice Department says it will appeal. As for the special master, it's Judge Raymond Deary. Both sides agreed upon him, and most analysts say he's well respected.
That doesn't make him any kind of expert on executive privilege.
Amid all this, here's what Trump said yesterday about public reaction if he were indicted.
I think if it happened, I think you'd have problems in this country, the likes of which perhaps we've never seen before.
It's basically January 6th all over again.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
This morning, Uber is investigating a cybersecurity incident. Comes after a hacker shared evidence of breaching the company's computer systems with journalists and security researchers. It's not the first time Uber's had to deal with a security breach, Hackers stole data on 57 million driver and rider accounts back in 2016. Uber reportedly paid to cover up that breach.
Elon Musk is still fighting to get out of his $44 billion deal to buy Twitter. That is after Twitter filed a lawsuit to try to force the billionaire to follow through with his commitment. Musk's legal team has now filed a public version of updated counterclaims against the company. The amended argument draws on whistleblower allegations that there were security and privacy vulnerabilities at Twitter. Former head of security Mudge Zatko testified that Twitter executives were warned of insecurities but failed to act. He also said that Twitter misled Musk and the public about the number of bots on the platform. The case between Twitter and Musk is set to go to trial next month.
Time check, 5:39, 76 degrees.
Ford is showing off its brand new Mustang, why the company opted to go for a full gasoline car again instead of electric.
And the way you're getting yourself to go to sleep could be bad for you. We show you some better ways to get a good night's sleep.
And taking a look outside with live cam, humidity has managed to creep its way back into our air. It's 76 degrees for now. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. We're glad you're waking up with us this morning. But did you get a good night's sleep? According to the CDC, about 70 million Americans suffer from chronic sleep problems.
And as CNN's Mandy Gaither reports, many of the tactics people use to fall asleep are doing more harm than good.
Catching those Z's. Sometimes it's easier said than done.
Without a good night's sleep, it can affect both our mental and our physical health.
Between 2018 to 2021, Dr. Anissa Dawes says there was a 29% increase in referrals to the Center for Insomnia at Ohio State's Wexner Medical Center.
I think it's a bigger problem than folks realize.
Dawes says some common tactics may not be helping. First, going to bed early may leave you tossing and turning. Climb in only when you're ready to sleep. Also, get up about the same time every day.
Don't sleep in for 3 hours on the weekend because then we're giving ourselves what we call social jet lag. It's no different from flying from New York to California for the weekend and then giving ourselves jet lag when we come back. So trying to be really consistent to keep that circadian clock in line.
After the sun sets, Dawes says try to decrease artificial light exposure from TVs, smartphones, or other screens. But when the sun's up, get as much natural light as possible to help with sleep rhythms. Exercise is also key to helping you feel sleepy at night. It can also help reduce stress, another factor that causes lack of sleep. 2 things to avoid: large fatty meals late before bed. That kind of food can keep you up. And alcohol may help you nod off, but Dawes says it also leads to fragmented sleep. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
You didn't follow the tips.
I did not. It's tough.
It is.
We can't complain, though. Our overnight producers, they're like, give me a break. You guys can't talk at all.
Exactly. No sleep at all.
5:44, 76 degrees.
And Starbucks wants to get your coffee to you even faster. What the company is doing to make sure that happens. And welcome back. It's 5:47 in your morning consumer headlines. Your Starbucks order is going to get to you a lot quicker. Starbucks just told investors this week it is taking big steps to upgrade speed up service. So that includes new systems and machines that will, for example, let baristas make a Frappuccino in just 36 seconds, down from 87 seconds. Starbucks also says it is going to offer new incentives for non-union members, and that includes student loan support, savings account, and more sick time. The company also plans to open 2,000 new stores by 2025 with a focus on drive-thrus and delivery-only locations.
Ford has an all-new Mustang, and it's not electric. The 2024 model was unveiled in Detroit this week. It has a new body design, new engine options, but for now, it's going to stick with pure gasoline power. Buyers will be able to choose between an improved 5.0-liter V8 engine or a 2.3-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. It comes after Ford announced plans to make a hybrid version of the Mustang back in 2017. But with its other fully electric cars, a Ford spokesperson said it wasn't needed in order for the automaker to meet its emissions reduction targets. The Mustang remains the last car, as opposed to a truck or SUV, that Ford sells in the U.S. The new model in the 7th design generation of the car. It goes on sale next summer.
Nice. Time now, 5:48, and from these cameras, it looks like things are moving out there. Let's go ahead and check in with Steven.
Yeah, back to that Starbucks story. We were talking about it on KSAT News Now yesterday, and how great would that be? I do mine cold brew, 2 pumps of peppermint, 1 scoop of vanilla bean powder, cold foam on top. But typically, I'm like Mike Osterhage, nothing in it. But
yes,
if I do get something, that's what I do. All right, if you are on your way to grab your cup of coffee, 281 at Grayson, there's my order. But you can see there, you're really not going to see a delay. Coffee line may be a little bit different, though. But you can see right now, thankfully, there's not going to be any real issues out on the road just yet. We're getting closer to 6 a.m., so it's going to get busy. So just prepare for that. But thankfully, as we take you to the map, it's just some relief. We see a lot of green on the screen, and of course, a lot of that active construction. We saw some of those crews out there yesterday off of 410 near Ingram Road, and that is because we are seeing pavement work taking place. And we still have a few more nights to go, guys. All right, let's see what we can expect there, because the work began Tuesday. That was on September 13th, and again, should be wrapping up on Tuesday, September 27th. It is overnight. We have a lot of overnight construction this month, but it will be from 7 in the evening to 5 in the morning, alternating mainline closures in both directions. Again, that's from Ingram Road to US 90. But that information on our website, ksat.com/traffic. Bringing it back here, though, things look pretty nice, and I think the morning has been like that for the last few days, but I think that's okay. No one's going to complain.
Yeah, it's fine. It's Friday.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not smiling yet, you will be, along with this pup.
Yeah, take a look at this picture on our KSAT Connect. This comes courtesy of our boss, by the way. Bernice sent this in. She's our news director, and this is her puppy or dog. This is Zoila, the Wonder Dog, as she likes to call her. 13 years old. Today is her happy gotcha day. She says, sweet, loving, happy, and healthy, and you make our family complete. Absolutely.
Zoila's a happy camper.
She is. She's just resting outside, enjoying the weather at this point. Maybe that was yesterday morning, when the temperatures were nice.
Right, with no humidity.
Yeah, true. That's kind of how I looked yesterday morning. But yes, it was really, really nice. And Bernice, thank you, by the way, for that picture. Let's take a look at the live radar. And I show you this because we actually do have a few showers to show you. Very light showers, but showers nonetheless here in northwestern Bexar County. A few of these are popping up. This is nothing more than a couple sprinkles, but we have enough humidity surging back in to where if you see a couple sprinkles on your windshield, don't be alarmed. We're not going to get any significant rain this morning, but you could encounter a little bit of that on your morning commute. Right now, 76 degrees and cloudy skies. Dew point is at 73. East-southeasterly winds at about 5 miles per hour. And as we look at numbers around the area, 76 in New Braunfels, 74 Gonzales, 73 Pleasanton. Pretty consistent here. The coolest weather you'll find is up in the hill country at 66 right now in Rock Springs. But here around San Antonio, mid-70s for the most part. That's all we can give you. And the dew points, they're awful high this morning, and they stay pretty elevated throughout the day. The problem this brings is heat indices. So by the afternoon, with temperatures in the low to mid-90s, it's going to feel like it's in the mid to upper 90s, so heads up there. Forecast does call for 1 or 2 of those sprinkles this morning, and then we'll see a break in the action midday with a few more showers trying to work in from the coast this afternoon. 10% chance or less when it comes to that rain chance. It's not great, and that'll be the case again tomorrow. I think most of us probably don't see anything at all, and that goes for all the football games tonight. Can't completely rule out a stray storm, but chances are football will be just fine. Hot and humid, but fine nonetheless. 89 at kickoff, 84 by halftime. That sunset's around 7:38. Here's the long-term forecast. We've got a ridge of high pressure moving back in. We talked about this yesterday, but it is that heat high that we've loved to hate over the summer. It builds back in, and this is a very summer-like pattern. Everything's moving up and around this ridge of high pressure, and that keeps any sort of significant weather out of the picture, at least through Thursday of next week. And as we look at the tropics very quickly, Fiona still going out there, 50-mile-per-hour winds, gust 65. We've had a lot of questions into the Weather Center. Is Fiona going to move into the Gulf of Mexico? Could it impact Texas? And at this point, I say the chances of that are very low. All the computer models want to turn this to the north, back out over the Atlantic. The eastern seaboard still needs to keep an eye on this, but it may miss the United States altogether, which is not a bad thing. But folks around the Bahamas, Puerto Rico, Haiti, Dominican Republic will get some good heavy rain out of this. Extended forecast, 94 tomorrow, 10% chance of rain. Otherwise, it is mid-90s. Even as we go into fall on Thursday, officially, it is the equinox, and that happens at 8:04 p.m. there on Thursday.
Mother Nature wasn't falling for this whole autumn bit next week.
Not at all.
She's doing her thing.
Not in the least bit. I was looking at the long-term models, which you can't really trust that much when you go past Thursday, but there was some indication maybe a front down the line. We'll see. I don't want to get people's hopes up at this point because those models can't be wrong.
Well, it's fun to look at, fun to talk about.
Yeah, we'll be secretly hopeful.
We'll see.
Thank you, Justin.
Yeah. Cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
5:53, 76 degrees.
Let's look at your winning lotto numbers. We have pick 3, 449, Fireball 3, Daily 4, 6412, Fireball 9.
And your cash 5 numbers 14, 19, 24, 29, 30, Texas 2-step 3, 5, 12, 28, and the bonus ball of 23.
Good morning. Coming up here on a Friday on GMA, the growing immigration battle. Overnight, President Biden firing back at Republican governors who sent migrants by bus and plane to Democratic states. The crisis at the border intensifying. And we are live in London as a nation prepares to say its final farewell to the Queen. How the city is preparing for what is also being called the most complex security operation it has ever faced. We'll have the latest details and the royal family's plans for the weekend coming up right here on GMA.
Ahead the next hour, GMSA, a police standoff is over after almost 2 days. Why some neighbors are frustrated when the SWAT team packed up and left the barricaded suspect inside. Plus, it's Hunger Action Month, and we have a touching story about a local grandfather who inherited his 6 grandchildren, how he was able to make ends meet coming up. And next, we've got a preview of big game coverage as we enter week 4 of high school football here in South Central Texas. TransGuide right now, if you're headed out the door, you are going to see a few folks out there with you this morning at 410 and Jackson Keller. If there are any trouble spots, Stephen will let you know coming up at the top of the hour.
A couple's problems come to a deadly end. Police say a man shot his wife, killing her, and then killed himself. I'm Katrina Weber. I'll tell you what they say will become of the 2 children they left behind.
Veterans from the Korean, Vietnam, and World War II are now on a flight to Washington, D.C. Coming up on GMSA, we'll tell you why this is a trip of a lifetime.
And maybe we were a little spoiled yesterday morning with the temperatures. Today it's 76 degrees, looking out there with live cam.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Happy Friday, everybody. It is September 16th.
Thanks for joining us. Hope you had a wonderful week. Looking forward to the weekend, but it was so nice yesterday morning. Stepping out today, you could already feel the difference.
Yes, and I bet the clouds are playing a factor in that as well. Justin Horn is in for Mike. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you guys. Yeah, I think we deserved to be spoiled yesterday after the summer. Like, we earned it. We earned it, but we've reverted back to summer. So it was kind of a one-day thing. Temperatures are warm this morning. I am detecting a couple of showers on radar. I know it's kind of hard to see on the screen, but there's a couple of very light showers in northwestern Bexar County. Not a big deal. Nothing more than a couple sprinkles. And I doubt that you'll see much on your morning commute. There are a few showers and storms along the coast, too. We'll keep an eye on these. Some of these could work their way inland eventually this afternoon. But again, not much in the way of rainfall or really any issues this morning. Weather headlines. There's a look at some of the clouds rolling in. So we're starting off mostly cloudy. We're going to take a look at the Drought Monitor coming up. We'll also look at river flows. If you have plans to go tubing perhaps this weekend, we'll let you know how the Guadalupe is looking. Tropical Storm Fiona, will she make that turn to the north? We've talked a little bit about it last hour. We'll take a look once more. And we'll also look back at history. On this day in 1988, big hurricane moved into Texas, or was parts of Texas, and had some effects here in San Antonio. We've got the history on that here in just a few minutes. But for right now, 76 degrees. Dew point is at 73. And we've got east-southeasterly winds at about 7 miles per hour. There's a look at temperatures around the area, starting off in the mid-70s. So, yeah, it is quite a bit warmer. 71 right now in Kerrville, 71 in Los Maples. And if you remember yesterday, it was in the 50s at this time in Kerrville. So that is a pretty big change. We're going to talk more about this forecast And again, all those things we just mentioned coming up here in just a few minutes. But let's go over to Stephen now and see how that morning commute is shaping up on this Friday.
Yeah, and you know what? You're right. It's been pretty dry this morning, Justin. We get a look there at 10 at Hackberry. Vehicles are getting moved in without any trouble there. 10 at Callahan, it is getting busier. That's a spot I travel through every morning. But really, it's just been more traffic, more vehicles getting out on the roadways. And that's what's expected at this hour. We tend to see the traffic build up. And as drivers know, they'll see the slowdowns take place a little bit later on. But I would say right now you are in the clear. As we take you to the map, we're not detecting any red or yellow. But of course, we are seeing those active construction spots, road closures to be on the lookout for. We'll bring you that information in the next few minutes. But as we take you to these inbound times, we're in luck as well. It is green across the board, and that seems to be the trend of the morning. Hey, that one, everybody likes that on a Friday. I-10 westbound, if you're traveling in from Seguin, again, it's pretty green. 30 minutes right now to the downtown area. Lavernia, expect about 33 minutes right now on 87 northbound. And for our friends in Floresville, 27 minutes to the Alamo City. So things look pretty normal right now, an average Friday morning, which is what we like to see. The roads are quiet and calm, but again, we're going to have those updates on road closures in the next few minutes. Guys.
Stephen, thank you. San Antonio police say the shooting deaths of a married couple appear to be a murder-suicide. They believe the man killed his wife and himself after an argument in their East Side home.
Katrina Weber is live near downtown. And Katrina, do police know whether that couple had been having some ongoing problems?
Well, they say it appears that they may have been, but police say they were never called to the home before. That all changed about 8:30 last night. That's when one of the couple's teenage sons called police. Officers found the man and woman, both 43 years old, inside their home in the 700 block of Burleson Street. They told us it appears the man shot his wife several times, then shot himself once, and again, both of them died from their wounds. The medical examiner is still working to make a positive identification, so we will have to wait until later on when their names are released. Now, according to the police, the two teenage sons were actually in the home when the shootings happened, although it's unclear if they witnessed that violence. And they tell us those boys will be staying with relatives for now. Reporting live near downtown, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Katrina, thank you. A Southeast Side police standoff is over after 2 days, but how it ended has many neighbors frustrated with police. San Antonio police were called to a home on Diamondback Trail near Crossroads Ranch on Tuesday for a mental health call. Police say the suspect was armed and dangerous. After days of calling him out, SWAT team cleared the scene and left, telling neighbors it was a tactical retreat. People say they had been threatened by the suspect and they were not happy.
So I'm not allowed to own a firearm, so we can't even defend ourselves. And her husband's in the same situation.
Dangerous.
He's extremely dangerous.
To himself.
Shortly after the standoff ended, police arrested the man. SAPD says they'll provide more details on this particular case later today.
And police also made an arrest in a $300,000 robbery. It happened back on August 25th off of FM 78. And the suspect, 21-year-old Lawrence Eric Taylor, was walked in front of our cameras last night. Police say he is one of two suspects accused of robbing an armored truck. Now, officers tell us that they got away with $300,000. However, authorities traced the suspect vehicle back to Taylor. They are still looking for the other suspect.
San Antonio fire crews called out to a house fire last night on Eagle Ridge around 9 p.m. This is the scene not too far from Callahan and Ingram roads. Firefighters say the home was covered in flames earlier in the evening, but so far there are no reports of injuries besides some missing pets.
This morning, the city of San Antonio has a new city budget. $3.4 billion will include more money for police, affordable housing, and pay raises for city employees. The budget also includes a decision on those CPS energy rebates. Based on their bill size, the average customer could see about $29 back on their November or December bills. And the credit could be larger for businesses. There was a motion to try and delay the proposal on CPS rebates. A vote on the matter ended in a tie after District 7 Councilwoman Ana Sandoval abstained, so those rebates stayed part of the budget. Now, when asked why she didn't vote on delaying or moving ahead on those rebates, Sandoval says, quote, because I didn't support either one, end quote. And you this morning, some of the country's bravest veterans are heading to Washington, D.C., some for the very first time.
KSAT's Camelia Juarez joins us live from San Antonio International Airport to tell about the latest honor flight. Camelia, good morning.
Good morning, Mark and Stephanie. 20 veterans from different wars are now in the air on the way to Washington, D.C. They boarded just about an hour ago, and they received a really warm welcome from everyone in the room. For the next 3 days, these veterans will take tours and see historical monuments across Washington, D.C. This group of courageous men served in the Korean, Vietnam, and World War II. Some of them tell me that they're looking forward to seeing the Vietnam War Memorial. The whole trip is free for those veterans. The oldest veteran on board is 95, and the youngest is 74. All of them agree it's going to be a trip of a lifetime. Now, the veterans are returning this Sunday, and they're expected to get another really warm welcome. And coming up later on KSAT, we'll introduce you to one of the World War II veterans on this flight, and we'll tell you what he's looking forward to the most. Live at the airport, Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
All right, t:hank you, Camelia. Time now 6:08 and 76 degrees for now.
Still to come on GMSA, Walmart launching a new feature to help you try on clothes without being in the store. We'll tell you how it works in just a matter of minutes.
Plus, are you ready for some football? After the break, we're going to have a preview of your big game coverage as we enter week 4 of high school football action on the Gridiron.
And if you're watching us and haven't opened up the curtains or peeked outside yet, the sun is not up. We have some morning low clouds, and there might be a sprinkle or two out there. We'll get an update from Justin on that coming up as we kick off your Friday morning. 6:12, welcome back. Week 4 of the high school football season kicks into high gear tonight. And the best game on the schedule features 2 of the top 10 teams in 12's top 12. Number 8, Bernie Champion at number 5, New Braunfels Canyon.
KSAT's Andrew Seeley has a preview of all the action you'll see tonight on the Gridiron.
Canyon enters Friday night's matchup with an undefeated 3-0 record against non-district opponents, and that includes a comeback victory over crosstown rival New Braunfels 35-32 last week. A perfect way to lead into District 12 5A Division I.
I feel like we're having a great start. I feel like we're playing fast, we're playing hard. As our coaches tell us every day, we got something to prove. I feel like we're living up to it, and we're going to keep going.
We've scheduled some tough teams and played some good football team, but really proud of the way these guys are playing, the way they've fought and been able to come from behind in 2 of these games and find a way to win.
Bernie Champion comes in boasting a 2-1 record. The Chargers have been tested in close games against Laredo United South, Eagle Pass, and Canyon Lake. Now they're ready to open up district play against a team that's a little like looking in the mirror.
They're similar to us on what they do, scheme-wise, so well, I guess we'll just see who does it better.
To face a team like that, it kind of sets the tone for us, you know. Super excited, ready to come out and play and show our talents and what we're ready for.
Meanwhile, our streaming schedule features a great battle over at Rutledge Stadium. Wagner and Smithson Valley kick off district play in 12 5A Division I. The Thunderbirds come into Friday's matchup after picking up their first win in overtime, while the Rangers are rolling after crushing East Central 45-7. And last but not least, Clark takes on Marshall in a 28-6A clash. Both the Cougars and Rams are looking for their first wins in district play after tough losses last week to Reagan and Brandeis, respectively. Clark and Marshall kick off right here at Ferris Stadium tonight at 7 p.m. One of 10 games you'll be able to watch live streaming on the BGC app. For the full streaming schedule, head right now to the BGC page at KSAT.com. For Good Morning San Antonio, I'm Andrew Seeley.
Thank you, Andrew. 6:14.
And a look at those cameras right now. It looks like a lot more vehicles on the roadway. Let's go ahead and check back with Stephen Cavazos.
We did have an issue there at I-10 at Frio. There was a stalled vehicle. Looks like that's already cleared out, but things are moving fine for the most part. There at 10 at Callahan, again, another busy shot there as the commute is really getting going. A lot of folks ready to drive off into the weekend like myself, but just take your time and be on the lookout. Of course, we know it's pretty quiet out there, but there are still several active road closures that will take place throughout the weekend. And this is just a reminder, if you're waking up with us now, plan your commute ahead of time. US 181 in Bexar County, right here. Bridge work is going to take place, will continue at least up until Monday, September 19th. It is overnight, so if your plans are going to take you into the wee hours of the morning, be safe out there, 9 in the evening to 5 in the morning. So watch out for those crews out there. Keep in mind, they're working to make the road a better place. There are alternating lane closures in both directions from the Wilson County line to I-37, but pretty much we know that there's going to be those active construction spots throughout the weekend. So just again, always know where you can find that information. It's ksat.com/traffic. Scroll to the bottom of the page for a full list of closures there, guys.
Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you. And then Friday morning at the bus.
Yeah, no need to change anything. It's same old, same old. We're going to start off in the 70s this morning, 76 degrees. It will be mostly cloudy, rather humid. So short sleeves, good idea today, especially with temperatures this afternoon. 93 forecast high, partly cloudy, and it'll feel warmer than that because we'll have more humidity in place today. Be nice if that would lead to some showers, but it probably will not. As we look at the drought monitor, this came out yesterday. Not much changed around here. We're still in extreme drought around San Antonio, New Braunfels area. Really kind of the worst of it. Exceptional drought there. In the rest of the area, looking at severe, moderate drought. We still need more rain. We tried to come out of this a little bit, this drought, but now we've kind of hit another dry spell here, and it's not great. As you look at Medina Lake, it's at 7.8% full. It's down 76 feet, down 14.5 feet. Over the last 3 months, definitely reminds us of 2011 to 2014 when Medina Lake dropped significantly. We're kind of in the thick of it. You know, the Guadalupe River, with some of the recent rains, rebounded some. We saw some pretty good flows last week. Now these numbers are starting to come down again. As you look up towards Kerrville, 13 cubic feet per second. That's as of this morning. A week ago it was at 20, just to give you some perspective. Spring Branch, which stopped flowing a little bit earlier this summer, is at 3 cubic feet per second. It was at 28 just 1 week ago, and still looking good there in New Braunfels. It's at 74 cubic feet per second. So if you're planning on going tubing there around New Braunfels, everything looks okay. 81 degrees at 10 o'clock this morning, noontime 88, 93 this afternoon. If you are doing some floating though this today or this weekend, keep in mind you still need sunscreen. There's going to be a lot of sun next few days, and sunburns are a real deal even this time of year. As we look at the radar, we've got some showers along the coast this morning. Those are staying right there along the coast. We've noticed a few little sprinkles here around San Antonio, not a big deal. I don't think we see a whole lot this morning. Right now, we're looking at 76 degrees at the airport, 75 Kelly, 74 at Randolph, and temperatures for the most part are in the 70s. You'll find a few 60s out there as you go west, but here in town, mid-70s is the norm, and dew points are almost in the mid-70s, so it is so sticky out there. These dew points hang around into the afternoon, and that means the feels like number will likely be mid to upper 90s later today. Will this lead to any rain? Again, probably not. We look at noontime, not much out there, and by the afternoon, a few isolated showers or storms may try to make their way up towards the I-35 corridor, but it's just a 10% chance, and all of that dies down this evening. As we look at the KSAT 12-hour forecast, 81, 10 o'clock. By noontime, we're at 88, mostly sunny, and then we'll add in some clouds this afternoon. 93, the high temperature, dropping to 91 by 6 p.m. with a light southeasterly wind. Down the line, high pressure builds in, and this builds going into next week. So this is a very summer-like pattern, and that keeps us very toasty and very dry through much of next week as this thing barely moves. Doesn't really look to break down until late next week. So the extended forecast, 10% chance today, 10% chance tomorrow, best chance along the coast. Temperatures in the mid-90s, 95 Sunday, mostly sunny. And you've got mid-90s next week. Probably our hottest days Tuesday and Wednesday. And then we officially go into fall on Thursday with some blazing hot temperatures and really no cold fronts in sight. I mentioned earlier, as you look down the line, way down the line, maybe a hint at a cold front, but nothing to get too excited about yet.
How far down the line? Like November, December?
January, Mark.
It could be. It could be, yeah.
Well, Mother Nature does not surrender easily when it comes to the summer heat around here. Justin, thank you. 619, 76 degrees.
And just ahead, if you are really into TikTok, we're going to have a new feature that you might have seen somewhere else, what users can expect in the app's next update in just moments.
This is how it feels to do more with less asthma, thanks to Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Imagine that. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do? when you do more with less asthma. Ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a frightening type of crime on the rise. Authorities with an urgent warning about a sharp rise in what they're calling jugging. Criminals lying in wait while unsuspecting victims get money out of an ATM or bank and then following them to another location and robbing them.
These guys are dangerous. They are stealing money from you, from your hands.
Last month, Jim Ostrander says he was followed after making a large cash withdrawal from a bank. While paying for gas, a suspect smashed his car window to steal cash from inside the vehicle.
It was a gut shock, feeling of absolute shock, knowing what just happened. My entire month's salary gone in a split second. I'm right now I'm speechless. I still don't even know what to say or think or do about it.
Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the expert tips you need to know to protect yourself. With your GMA First Look, I'm Ariel Reshef, ABC News, New York.
In today's tech news, more electric car service for Uber customers. The upscale option has expanded to 25 North American markets. The service now available in Atlanta, suburban New York, Washington, D.C. Vehicle choices include Teslas and the Ford Mustang Mach-E.
TikTok is introducing a new feature that copies one of its rivals. The app has announced a new real-time sharing feature called TikTok Now. It will send users a timed push notification every day, reminding them to post a video or photo of what they're doing at that moment. The feature is modeled after the social media app Be Real. Now, TikTok says the feature is now available in the app for U.S. users.
Walmart launching a feature for shoppers to try on clothes virtually, but you'll have to upload a full body photo of yourself. Walmart says augmented reality technology will help figure out where the fabric should drape or cling. The Be Your Own Model tool lets you try on over 270,000 items.
In other business news, mortgage rates have reached their highest level since 2008. Freddie Mac reported Thursday the 30-year fixed rate mortgage now averages around 6%. That is more than twice the rate from a year ago when it has 2.86%. Mortgage rates have been rising since the Federal Reserve began efforts to reduce inflation. Freddie Mac's chief economist says the higher rate will help cool off the housing market slightly, although the number of homes for sale still will not meet demand.
625, 76 degrees.
And still ahead at 6:30, the battle over immigration and border security continues to heat up between Democrats and Republicans. What both sides are saying in Washington in just minutes.
Plus, it's Hunger Action Month. We have a touching story about a local grandfather who inherited 6 grandchildren, how he was able to make ends meet and make a difference, coming up.
And a quick look at the roads with Transit. Looking over at I-35 at Maine, things are slowing down right now. We're going to be checking in with Stephen Cavazos very soon.
A man and woman who lived together now have died together in what San Antonio police say was a murder-suicide. I'm Katrina Weber. I'll tell you why police say they couldn't prevent it.
I'm ABC's Justin Finch. The border crisis back in the spotlight. Democrats accusing Republicans of pulling political stunts for transporting migrants to Democrat-led cities. Up next, what President Biden is saying in response.
Also new this morning on GMSA, a local grandfather inherits his 6 grandchildren. How he was able to make ends meet and feed all of them with a little help.
Outside with live cam, temperatures hovering in the mid to upper 70s out there, lots of clouds. And fall starts in less than a week, but it appears Mother Nature may have other plans for all of us.
That's right. Good morning. Happy Friday. It is September 16th.
Thanks so much for starting your day with us. We have made it to the end of the work week, and Justin has a look at our Friday and beyond. Good morning, Justin.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys. It is Friday, thank goodness, and it's shaping up to be pretty nice today. It's not like yesterday. Yesterday was so incredible. If you stepped outside yesterday morning, today is not that. Okay, but it is Friday, and as we get you out the door this morning, temperatures make it up to around 93 this afternoon. We do need to point out that the heat index will be somewhere around 95 plus this afternoon. We have more humidity in place, and it's just going to feel that way. Got some clouds this morning to contend with as well. 76 degrees right now, 71 in Kerrville, a few 60s as you get into the hill country, but here around San Antonio, mid 70s is what you're going to see no matter where you go. Mostly cloudy, some light winds out there too. We've seen also a few sprinkles, but I don't think that's going to be much of an issue today. Pollen count, molds are low, 390, ragweed 20, fall elm 10, pigweed 10. Everything's low here. This is your typical list of fall allergens, but nothing that jumps off the page. Hopefully today's pollen count looks pretty similar. We get that in about an hour or so. We'll pass that along to you. Now we're going to go over to the very caffeinated Steven.
You know what?
You got the caffeine, right?
Yeah, and that caffeine came in just in time, Justin. Getting a look there, 35 at 37. Wow. We do have a crash reported that it came in just really a few minutes ago. I had to get our friends at TransGuide on the phone because TxDOT wasn't actually, we didn't see the information posted on there just yet. But what we are learning is that this is actually in the northbound lanes of 35. As you approach 37, as I'll step out of the camera, you can actually see that far right lane is blocked off. Now, traffic is actually moving through there, but not very fast. But check out the backup this is actually causing. We actually showed this to you a little bit earlier there at 35 southbound at Main. That's how far back traffic is really coming to a slowdown. I just notified our web team, so we should be sending out a push alert in the next few minutes, so be on the lookout for that. But if you're tuning in right now, be on the lookout. 35 northbound at Main is where you will see that slowdown as it starts to really build up there. Not a good time for an issue to pop up because it is morning rush. People are getting out the door and it is getting very busy as we give you a wide look at the map. But other areas, though, have stayed thankfully pretty quiet. But the commute, as I mentioned, is already getting going there. You can see how many vehicles are just out there at 35 at Main. Again, the shot we showed you as we went to commercial break. We're going to keep our eye on this and give you those solutions throughout the morning. Mark, Steph.
Thank you, Stephen. New this morning, homicide detectives are trying to figure out what caused a deadly argument between a couple. They say a man shot and killed his wife, then killed himself inside the home that they shared with their 2 children.
Katrina Weber is live near downtown with more. Katrina, you mentioned police say they never saw this coming.
Well, that's right. Police say from what they have learned so far, it appears this couple may have been having some ongoing problems. But they say they were never called to this home before, never asked to intervene. It wasn't until after the shootings around 8:30 last night that police were called to the home by one of the couple's 2 teenage sons. Officers found the husband and wife, both 43 years old, dead from gunshot wounds. They say it appears that the man shot his wife multiple times, then shot and killed himself. And police say it happened while the sons were in the home. We don't know yet whether those teens actually witnessed the violence. Police say for now they are being comforted by relatives. And the medical examiner still has not made a positive ID on the 2 parents, the 2 people who were killed. So we will have to wait until that time to get their names and release their names. Reporting live near downtown, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. New this morning, San Antonio police say they are looking for a man who was stabbed. They were looking for the person who stabbed a man in the neck overnight. Now, it happened just after 1 a.m. in the 1400 block of West Woodlawn Avenue, just west of I-10. Police say the man was visiting the suspect at a woman's apartment when an argument turned into a fight. Police say that man was stabbed in the neck and taken to the hospital. He was last reported in critical condition.
Top of your morning headlines, the nation's immigration debate is heating up again.
Republican governors continue transporting migrants from the southern border to Democrat-led cities where the influx is overwhelming local resources.
President Biden and other Democrats are condemning the migrant transports, calling them political stunts. ABC's Justin Finch is in Washington with more.
Weeks before the November midterm elections, immigration emerging as the latest political flashpoint. This man is among some 50 migrants, including several children, who landed in Martha's Vineyard Thursday. When asked, he says he had no idea he was in Massachusetts. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis on why he had them flown there.
We are not a sanctuary state. It's expensive if people are coming here. It taxes social services and all these other things.
This was just about a political stunt. There's nothing tough about using women and children for your own political gain. Ron DeSantis is a coward.
Hours later, more migrants arriving in Washington, D.C. Texas Governor Greg Abbott busing them to the vice president's home. Surprise arrivals forcing agencies in D.C. and Martha's Vineyard to scramble to assist.
They were extremely confused.
Since April, Texas has bused more than 8,000 migrants to D.C. and some 2,500 to New York City since early August.
This is a national responsibility. It should be a national burden.
California Governor Gavin Newsom tweeting that what the governors of Arizona, Florida, and Texas are doing isn't clever, it's cruel, and calling for the Justice Department to investigate these inhumane efforts to use kids as political pawns. President Biden challenging Republicans to help draft a bipartisan solution.
It's long overdue for Senate Republicans to come to the table and provide a pathway for citizenship for dreamers, those on temporary status, farm workers, and essential workers.
The U.S. is now on track to surpass 2 million crossings at the Mexico border this year, up from last year's near record 1.6 million. The White House saying it's working to fix a broken system and the legal process will take time. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
And also new this morning, we are taking a live look at Westminster Hall in London. Mourners waiting for as many as 14 hours to pay their respects to Queen Elizabeth.
That line at last check was about 5 miles long. We even learned a couple hours ago that they had reached capacity and they actually closed the entry point to the queue. Again, this line stretching for miles throughout central London.
The incredible line of mourners snaking through central London as thousands patiently wait to pay their respects to Britain's longest reigning monarch. Inside Westminster Hall, Queen Elizabeth II lying in state until Monday, with viewing open 24 hours a day. Now, preparations are underway for the Queen's funeral next week, with some calling it most complex security operation London has ever faced. Guards rehearsing under the cover of darkness as law enforcement gears up for an unprecedented response. According to the BBC, the event will include roughly 1,500 military personnel and thousands of police officers.
And we will have special coverage here coming up Monday on GMSA. Well, back here at home, the state of Mississippi lifting its boil water advisory for the city of Jackson comes after the governor declared a state of emergency back on August 30th following a failure at a water plant that left customers without service. State leaders say water distribution sites operated by the National Guard will be shutting down soon.
In sports, tennis legend Roger Federer is calling it quits and announcing his retirement. The 20-time Grand Slam champ has spent recent years trying to get back into form, but injuries and age have taken a toll. Now, he helped bring out the second golden age of tennis with rivals Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic. The man with the most Wimbledon victories to his name is also the oldest in the Open era to win it. He will play in the Lever Cup next week for his final tournament.
6:38, 76 degrees.
And just ahead, it is Hunger Action Month. We have a touching story about a local grandfather who inherited his 6 grandchildren and how he was able to make ends meet. That's coming up next. And welcome back. It is 6:41. September is Hunger Action Month, and the San Antonio Food Bank says the need is greater than ever in our community because of inflation.
The nonprofit is serving 100,000 people each week. That's 10,000 more a week since 2021. One of those getting help is a grandfather who inherited 6 grandkids as a single parent.
Our Sarah Costa has his story about how he kept food on the table and what gives him hope.
Everyone has their own different personality.
57-year-old Roberto Font inherited his 6 grandchildren. He is raising them as a single grandparent after his wife passed away. He says his grandkids are his life.
I'm alive because of them.
He knew it was going to be difficult to keep them fed by himself, which is why he turned to the San Antonio Food Bank.
I know I can count on them to go pick up some food for the kids. One thing you don't want is for kids to go hungry. So every opportunity that I have, if I may need the help, then I just call the food bank and go down and pick up what I need.
He says without the food bank, he wouldn't be able to provide his grandchildren with the life they need.
It's a good thing to have an organization like that out there because there's a lot of people out there in need. I mean, everywhere, no matter where you look, there's people out there that are in need.
He says he knows that some people might be too prideful to reach out for help, but to him, he knows he is being the hero that he needs to be for his grandkids by providing them with full meals on the table every day. He urges anyone who needs the help, no matter the situation, to call the San Antonio Food Bank. And for those on the other side who can help, to donate.
Many people out there that are just going hungry, don't know where to go, don't know who to call, and we just need to be able to tap into the sources. And I think that everything that they're doing is a great thing, not just for us, but just for the community.
Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
Right now it's 6:43.
And it's a big mess out there on 35. Let's go ahead and check back with Stephen Cavazos.
Yes, and if you have the KSAT mobile app, perfect time to have it right now to look at it, because we just had a push alert out that will notify you about this incident, any other incident that may pop up out on the roads. Now, this is a view from TransGuide. It's 35 going north there at 37. Not a good view at all, because we are seeing those flashing lights out there. And what we can tell is traffic is actually moving through there very slowly, because if you see it closely on the right far lane, we do have a crash reported, multiple first responders out there on the scene. No information right now. So as always, we hope everyone is okay, but you can see traffic is not looking good out there. Right now, 35 northbound at 37 is where our map has pinpointed that. Just got an update from TxDOT as well. Looks like it's closer to Quincy. I'll make sure to label it there, but you can see that red and yellow that's already starting to build, and this is something we really haven't seen this early in the last few days or so, but just drive carefully through there. It's not clear how long it's going to take first responders to clear it up, because it is morning rush, and so obviously we're going to see some delays. But if you need to drive around it, here's a quick solution. Now, I recommend, if you are traveling on I-10 eastbound, to exit Hildebrand Avenue, and here's why. Traffic is already building up to where it's stretching past certain areas like Laredo Street. So if this crash is still there, we'll continue to see that buildup. So again, traffic heading I-10 eastbound, exit Hildebrand Avenue and turn right. What you'll do then next is you'll approach North New Braunfels Avenue, turn right there, and then eventually you'll hit 35 going north and avoid a lot of that red that we're seeing out on the screen. But now let's go ahead and give you a wide look at the map. You can see that things are looking fine elsewhere. There's no other issues to report, thankfully. But of course, the slowdowns are already taking place in the usual trouble spot. So just remember to drive carefully, pack your patience. Here's a shot at 35 southbound at Maine, where traffic is already stretching back due to that crash. Not something that we like to see on a Friday morning, guys, unfortunately.
Thank you, Stephen.
Yeah.
A little history lesson there, Justin.
Yeah, if you remember back in 1988, we had a big hurricane move towards Texas. This was a hurricane that caused a lot of issues here in Texas. Hurricane Gilbert. Maybe you remember this. It passed over Jamaica as a Category 5 storm, did a lot of damage there, and then moved into Texas and created quite a few tornadoes. One that came right through San Antonio was an F2. This was Kelly Air Force Base. Look at the damage there. There were 15 tornadoes in total from Hurricane Gilbert as it moved inland, and including several here in San Antonio. There's a little closer look at that view. A lot of damage. That was a very, very busy day back in 1988. Made landfall on the 16th. We saw the tornadoes here in San Antonio on the 17th. So a little look back at history there. Typically a busy time in the tropics this time of year. And we do have a tropical storm out there. This is Fiona out in the Atlantic. Winds at 50 miles per hour. And this is going to stay probably a tropical storm, strong tropical storm as it moves over parts of Puerto Rico and Haiti, Dominican Republic. Probably starts to turn north after that. As we look at some of the computer models, most agree with this idea. Now, the eastern seaboard still needs to keep an eye on this, but I think as far as Texas is concerned, this is not going to have any effect for us. This will probably turn out over the open Atlantic and not affect land at all. That would be ideal. As we look at live radar, we have a couple of showers along the coast this morning, some showers and storms. We've had a few sprinkles here in San Antonio, but no big deal. Really hasn't caused any issues at all. And as we go outside for you, we've got mostly cloudy skies, 76 degrees. Dew point is at 73, and easterly winds at about 7. 70 in Kerrville, 72 in Fredericksburg, 73 right now in Pleasanton and around San Antonio, mostly mid-70s. It's a warm start, especially compared to yesterday. Dew points are higher, and that's one of the reasons we have those higher temperatures this morning, along with some cloud cover. Dew points stay elevated throughout the afternoon, so that means heat index. Temperatures make it up into the low 90s. It'll feel hotter than that when you factor in that humidity. Forecast calls for a couple of very light showers this morning. We'll see a break in the action around noontime, and then a few more showers may try to work inland by this afternoon. But it is just a 10% chance of rain. Very low odds of seeing anything at all. And we'll be dealing with partly cloudy skies during the afternoon hours. So here's how the forecast plays out. 76 at 8 o'clock. By noontime, mostly sunny and 88. If you have evening plans, temperatures will be awful warm, low 90s. There is that 10% chance of rain, and we'll see southeasterly winds pretty light, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. Big picture here, we've got a little bit of rain moving through the plains, some showers out west, but this all in all is a really quiet weather pattern, not only for us, but for much of the country, as high pressure builds right over the nation's midsection, and that includes right over Texas. And this brings the heat brings dry forecast too, unfortunately. So rain staying out of the picture here with our 7-day forecast. 94 tomorrow. There is an outside chance for shower tomorrow, but most of that is going to be along the coast. And then we see those temperatures actually warm a little bit by next week. 96 on Tuesday, 96 on Wednesday, with sunny skies as we officially head into fall. Thursday of next week.
I know we're officially done with the hundreds, or most likely done.
Chances are, yeah.
Still pretty warm, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is well above average, and you got humidity to contend with there too, so it's gonna feel a lot like summer.
I guess because we got a little break last week.
A little break. We needed more than that.
I know, I agree. Thanks, Justin.
Yeah.
Working on it. 6:49, 76 degrees.
And tomorrow on GMSA, the Classic Theater of San Antonio kicking off their 15th season. We're going to go backstage to see what's going on.
They're at a pretty cool venue, too.
Yeah.
Outside with live cam as we kick off your Friday morning. Thanks for starting your day with us here on KSAT and GMSA. Looking back towards the Dome and the downtown area. We'll be right back.
Good morning. Coming up here on a Friday on GMA, the growing immigration battle. Overnight, President Biden firing back at Republican governors who sent migrants by bus and plane to Democratic states. The crisis at the border intensifying. And we are live in London as a nation prepares to say its final farewell to the Queen. How the city is preparing for what is also being called the most complex security operation it has ever faced. We'll have the latest details and the royal family's plans for the weekend coming up right here on GMA.
Gunfire marks the end of an argument between a couple. San Antonio police say the man and woman both have died in what they're calling a murder-suicide. Good morning, I'm Katrina Weber. The shootings happened inside the East Side home that they shared with their teenage sons. Police say both of those sons were home at the time. One of them called police around 8:30 last night to the 700 block of Burleson Street. Police believe that the man shot his wife several times, killing her, and then shot himself once, and he also died. And police say they're not sure whether the sons actually witnessed the shootings, but they did call police at the time. They have taken those sons to stay with relatives for now, and so far the medical examiner has not released the names of the people who were killed. Reporting near downtown, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. Registration open for the 9th annual Head for the Cure Saturday, September 24th. The 5K run walk raises awareness and funds to fight brain cancer. KSAT's former news director Jim Boyle was diagnosed with glioblastoma and passed away, but his legacy lives on. His daughter helped kick off the event outside our studios back in 2014. Since then, it's grown with more and more families running for survivors and in remembrance of their loved ones. You can register right now on KSAT.com. Use the promo code KSAT to get $5 off the registration fee.
Yeah, it's coming up quick next Saturday.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'll be there. Time now, 6:54, and wow, still a big mess there on 35.
Yeah, it's not looking good, guys. In fact, I would just recommend looking for a different alternative route. That's what I've been doing, combing through some different solutions for you. But 35 southbound at Maine, it's just not a pretty sight, unfortunately, especially now being in morning rush. And that is due to that crash we saw here off 35 northbound at 37. Now, I did talk to our friends at TransGuide. We know that this is off on the far right lane, and it is causing a mess for drivers. But as we give you a wide look at the map, thankfully it's looking pretty normal elsewhere. US 90, if you're traveling in from Castroville, you can expect to see a little slowdown there, and that's what we're seeing with a little bit of orange that is being picked up there. That's normal, as well as 1604 on the northwest side. But unfortunately, as we take you back in there to TransGuide, 35 southbound at Maine, it's just going to have to be one of those areas we're watching closely throughout the morning. Of course, I'll reach out to San Antonio Police for more information. Justin.
Oh, what a mess. Okay, let's take a look at the forecast for today. We'll be up around 88 by noontime. We're starting off in the mid-70s, by the way. Lots of clouds. Those clouds clear out some, and then we'll get partly cloudy skies this afternoon. Just a 10% chance of rain. 93 degrees at 5 p.m. and 94 tomorrow. Pretty similar forecast. And beyond that, we pretty much take rain chances out and we crank the temperatures up. Yeah, it may be fall on Thursday officially, but summer's not going anywhere.
Just on paper.
That's okay. I'm excited that it's officially fall, even if we don't feel the temperatures yet.
Yes.
Hey, thanks for watching.
We'll see you back here at 9 and have a great weekend.
GMA is